Utawala floods when rainfall becomes a routine. So last night in Utawala, heavy rainfalls took over, leading to floods in several areas. And I'm here with a resident of Utawala himself. If you could introduce yourself.
My name is Roy Johnny. I've lived here for 10 years now. Yes.
So, Roy Johnny, first of all, thank you for allowing us to conduct this interview with you. So, as a resident of Utawala, as you've said, you've been here for around 10 years or so. How do you think this rain, or rather so, how do you think these floods can be avoided? Because the rain is always there. So how do you think these floods could be avoided?
Thank you very much. First of all, this issue has been recurring for several years. When the rainy season comes, we experience floods in this area. And sorry, I think there are multiple ways of how to address this issue because it has been raining. It is always raining, and it's not raining here alone, but in many areas. Number one, I think it starts with the airport. We live close to the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, and some of their water, once it's full at the storage tanks, they open for it once it rains. Then the release forces a man-made flood. Let's just say that. So if we can talk to them and come to an agreement on how to redirect the water, that will be very efficient for the people residing in Utawala. Secondly, since or because of the topography, we are at the lowest point in this area, which means when it rains, there is runoff water which makes its way to this specific area or part. For yesterday, I think that might have been the issue because I was walking home while it was raining at around 9 p.m. and the water levels were so high, it was waist high. And as I checked and observed the areas, I saw water seeping in. Now, seeping is not the issue because there are vast lands which are not bordered, or rather have boundaries around them. So I feel like if we dig trenches, it will help arrest and direct the water to its uh, natural path elsewhere rather than finding its way to the house. And then the third point, it's to add on the second, which is the drainage. You don't have waterways, or rather, mtaros or mtaro. That means when the small channels are there, they can't hold the amount of water that comes in, meaning the channels are overwhelmed and the water finds its way on the road. If we come to an agreement as a community or as a people, then we can dig deep trenches which can help arrest the situation.
Okay, sorry. Okay, so first of all, I'll just question you on each of the points. First of all, with the airport storage system, you think they only release this water only when it rains, or has it ever happened like just randomly without the rains?
Yes, there are times where the water, when it's not raining actually, you can see the trenches of, which has a lot of water and it has not rained. So they do release it, and actually, if they have to release it, let it be during that time, so that to avoid runoff water and the rain itself, and then adding that, the volume just becomes intense.
Also, alternatively, they can just do that. Instead of redirecting the waterways, they can alternatively just do that.
Yeah.
And also, I've also talked to some of the residents around here, especially. They're telling me it also has something to do with the Lakewood construction going on with the road. So if you could give me more information on that.
Okay, so Lakewood currently they are constructing a road which is from the junction to the farthest end of that section. And I don't think I'd lean toward that because even before they started, there were no channels. right now, you know, when you construct, you have to dig deeper than the normal terrain, and they have water channels. So I was walking when I was leaving this place in the morning. I saw the water passing there. Now the only disadvantage is that we are at the lowest point and they are at the higher point. Meaning the water which can't make its way to the trenches has to come down. So maybe it is affecting, but I don't think mainly or largely it is the cause.
So it can just be something that's contributing towards the heavier floods. Because me personally, I was also caught up in the rain yesterday. As I was interviewing some residents around. I was with my friends actually near Lakewood there, and when the rain suddenly started pouring, you know, when it started, we were just assuming it's the light usual shower, so we just took shelter under some containers. Yo, I'm telling you, in the next 5 minutes, I could not move. When I say I could not move, I could not move. And the thing is, when I started making my way back home, the roads were normal. But it happened so fast. Like when I turned, I saw nothing. I saw no road. And I'm supposed to make my way through there, and it's running water. So I'd agree with the topography point because it's running water, actually. And hey, it's very scary. Have you people tried to have the government intervene in these issues?
Yes, multiple times. But again, you know, the authority which is relevant in this case, I feel like they've done their part, because when the construction of the roads were happening, they identified the lowest points, meaning water would actually make its way there. And okay, they helped, and again not so much, because they built roads, yes. They put big culverts where there's the lowest point, meaning when the water comes, it passes under the road. Now, where they didn't calculate is the trenches along the road. Without that, it means simply the water will still be running on the road and in other places which are low as well. On if they're concerned, I think that's their up to there. That's where the authority is, because they've constructed the roads and whatever. It now comes to the people to agree on how to drive this road, to drive the water in a specific way. And if we agree, they agree on the length and the width of the trenches, because with that, once you know, you can't control water, but once you give it a path to follow, it will follow that path, as long as it is logical and it doesn't have a lot of meanders, it will follow it. So people concerned are the residents and the airport. If again they can redirect or open it when there is no rain, that's okay.
Okay, thank you very much for your time, Roy Johnny. I'm Calvin Amimu, and I was your host for today's topic, Utawala floods when rainfall becomes a routine. Thank you. Kitu ya kwanza.
Hiyo mic. Ilikuwa imewaka. Ama huko umefinya record?
Nilisahau completely. Acha tuongee.